News for me today will be on the Nigerian police force, on the tinted permits for your glass, for your cars. And I don't know what will happen October 2nd, but I know that there is a file, there's a suit right now by the NBA to the Nigerian police force. Don't go nowhere. Is it legal to tint your car windows in Nigeria? You know, when you see Lagos cars, you see you can't see the people that are driving. Everywhere is black, black, going. Is it legal to tint your car windows in Nigeria? Would Nigerian police force move on to enforce stiff penalty by fines or arrest or impounding your vehicles come October 2nd? That's a question we're asking. Or would they maintain the status quo because the law is clear that once a matter is filed and parties served with the court's processes, parties should maintain status quo. So NBA has filed and have sued Nigerian police force. Ideally, they also withdraw and say October 2nd, they're not going to enforce that law or enforce that act or enforce that they're doing normally. But would Nigerian police force do it? Would they go ahead to enforce or maintain status quo? But the first thing is that why are you tinting? Or why am I tinting? That's the first thing. There are many reasons why people tint. Many reasons. Some for privacy reasons, some to keep the interior of the car very cool. All right? Because the sun can be very bad. When sun enter you, you go deburn. So, when you tint, it helps it reduce the radiation, reduce that input. So on the average, you see people tinting their cars just because of. But is it very legal to tint your windows in Nigeria? That's a question, and that's why NBA said you cannot. It is against the fundamental human rights of people. But also, the lawyers of the Nigerian police force are challenging it in court. But like I said, everybody ideally October 2nd should not be enforced until the court make a hearing and rule it. But I think that if I were the Nigerian police force, I probably would say tint. But let it be maybe, but based on the percentage of visible light transmission. Some are thick black, while some are not so dark. So we have from maybe from 10% to about 100%. Maybe I would say all vehicles in Nigeria must tint to about 50% degree. 50%. Okay, everybody, you want to tint 50%, so we can say see you. Or maybe the Nigerian police force will come out and say, listen guys, fellow Nigerians, we cannot take this anymore because the crime rates we've gotten from tinted glasses, we can't even see the driver. It's alarming. And so we are appealing to you, to all of you, put on your tint so we can take. That makes sense, right? So we don't need statistics. As a matter of fact, people are also complaining about registration. That is difficult online. And I've appealed to Nigerian police force. Expand the means and the medium of registration. Work with FROSC. Work with VIO. Even work with the bank. When people go there, they can register not in one place. I've appealed to them. Like I said, tinting is not a bad thing. People use it for the wrong purpose. Some use it for the right reason. Some use it for a health purpose. Like me, I use it for my health purpose. So you can say 30% window tint is fine, so that 70% can go in. We can see you at night. And I've also heard stories of those things about crime rate actually. But but I'm going to peg on the crime. I'm going to peg on the good things doing too. All right. So I've appealed to that one, and I think we can do this. Now people are saying that must Nigerian police force raise revenue from that one. Why charging us? Why charging us XYZ naira? Why? Is it legal? Is it lawful? I don't know. I'll leave it for the lawyers to answer that one when we get to the court. I don't know. But is it wrong for Nigerian police force to generate revenue? I just still know. So we would all look at these things. Nigerian problem plenty. So small we go to handle one. But we're appealing to the people, and we're appealing to the Nigerian police force. October 2nd, come what may, I appeal to my IGP, Sir Egbetokun. I appeal to Prince Ademuyiwa, and I appeal to Benode in Lagos State. Tell your men to use discretion. Discretion is very important too. You remember the day I came to talk about you guys here, and all of you thanked me, and I thanked the officer who used discretion. Discretion is very important. Because they said whether you are factory fitted or you are artificially fitted, go and take permits. Car we may buy from US, we get glass. Glass they will say, and I didn't feel, it's just like that. I should go and throw it away and buy a new one. But they said no, go and collect permits. What happens if I cannot access the website? Discretion is very important. And if you guys will give us more time to do it, it'd be great. And if you guys will scrap it entirely and say that permit is okay, but it must be in the degree. What is free is 30%. We can see through. But if you must do above 30%, then you must go and register and pay a fee. That makes sense. Because everybody want to tint. Because we live in a country where the sun, it is fried plantain. Where? It is fry and burn. So it is baked beans, the big bread. So if you say 30% free, anybody 30%, you are free, nobody will stop you. But if you go beyond 30%, where there's no visible light transmission to your car, then we need to stop you and ask you for your permit. So because we can't see you from a distance. That makes sense. Nobody knows it all, but we believe that one or two constructive criticism would help the government to act and to know and do better. It's not wrong to criticize them, but just be constructive about it. Guys, we've come to the end of the show. I thought